If I could go in and say, listen, you're lazy, you get your finger out, you move up front, but it's different. But it's totally, it's like getting annoyed with nature. There's nothing you can do. So let it happen, watch it if you want, but don't get annoyed about it, because it's totally out of your hands.
Interesting that Karl's team tactics also sounds like he could be directing a gay porn. You get your finger out, you get up front. You're lazy.
Oh, that's amazing. What do you think of these people, though? I love it that everyone's an expert, everyone's a pundit. You see these fat people in pubs going, well, he's lost a few yards up front. Yeah, you fucking score a goal then, fatty.
Wearing a football top.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Exactly, yeah.
They shouldn't make them for them. Shouldn't make them in that size. It should be one size only. If you're fit enough to play football, you can wear one. If you're a fatty, you're not. It looks ridiculous anyway.
But what's that? What are you talking about?
So you're a big fat slob with his belly out in an England shirt going, I could score from there. Go on then, let's have a go.
Hey, listen, calm down. Don't be slagging off the fans, because that's what it's all about. Football's all about the supporters, isn't it? You know, let's not forget these people paid millions to entertain us. If we want to drink till we're fat and eat pork pies and then put on an England shirt, we'll do it. That is the British way, that is the English way, that is what we won a war for.
What difference does it make if we win or lose? That's what I always look at, the end result.
How can you say you like football and then give us that argument? The only reason to watch football is the excitement of the challenge.
Yeah, it's entertainment.
No,
it is
and
entertainment.
a bit of skill. It's nice to see a bit of skill.
But because it's entertaining.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, enjoy the game for what it is and forget about it. If Fat Bob in the pub, he's got his football top on. He gets all annoyed when England, lose.
Yeah.
What difference does it make? What difference does it make if they lose there or lose in the final? What's the point?
Well, I'll tell you what difference it makes. I knew a Fat Bob, okay? That wasn't his name, but I'm changing the name to protect the innocent and him. And he's not innocent, right?
Was it Fat Dave?
It was a big fat bloke, right? And he worked on one of the crews that used to bring in equipment where I used to work at the Students' Union, okay? And he was massive, right? And I think it was 1990 or 1992, the Euro, right, when England got knocked out, and he went mental. And he was so angry, he went out and he wanted retribution, okay? Luckily, there were no German people around, but the closest he could find was a sausage van, some poor bloke who delivered sausages, and he turned it over. He got the van and he turned it over, because it was selling sausages, so he thought, that's German enough.
No, well, if he's fat, he's probably just annoyed that it wasn't open.
Very excited because Peter Crouch is in the tournament. Now, Peter Crouch...
You identify with him, don't you?
I love Crouchy. He's exactly the same height as me, 6'7".
He's sort of lanky and awkward looking.
Right, but brilliant. I mean, still a very... let's not forget that he is playing in the national squad.
Yeah.
He is a striker. He's got an excellent track record of scoring for England. Admittedly, maybe not in the super top important games, but nevertheless... Tremendous.
He's like your role. He's like your pin-up.
He's a role. He wrote an autobiography, which I was going to call my autobiography, Tall Stories. Crouchy got there first, but good luck to him. I give it to him. Yeah. I'm happy for him to do that. I once got someone who came up to me in a club once and said, "Are you Peter Crouch?" I said, "Yeah." I thought, she thinks I'm Crouchy. What's the problem, man? Let's see how far we can get with this before the truth will out. But I was disappointed.
I didn't know you wore glasses.
No, exactly. I'm sort of off duty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't wear it on the field.
Do you think he'd have had a different career if he'd have worn glasses from the age of 5, like you?
This is one of the reasons I've not been a great footballer. Have you ever seen me doing any form of athletics or sport?
No.
Because I like to think I look quite elegant. I feel like I'm actually in control of it. But when I look back, if someone's videoed it, I look like one of those giant costumes in It's a Knockout. Where the arms are flapping and they just fall over.
No real expression on their head. Yeah.
But one of the things I was disappointed at, I was looking at, because obviously around this time of the year there's lots of advertising because the footballers are all getting endorsements. And I was looking to see what each one was doing. And Wayne Rooney, he's got endorsement deals with Nike, with Nokia, Coca-Cola. Lampard, Pepsi and Adidas. Peter Crouch, you know what he's advertising?
Go on.
Pringles. It's not the coolest one, is it? Pringles. I mean, even the name Pringles.
Really? I know. It's sort of like an insult, isn't it?
It is.
Who's that Pringle? Is that Crouchy? No, it's Steve Merchant.
I mean, I love Pringles.
Yeah.
And I'm pleased to see Crouchy's associated, but I was disappointed.
Don't bother mentioning Pringles thinking you'll get some free Pringles, because he went on about munches and then we got no fucking sniff.
Oh, true.
What do you think of that, Carl?
But are you a fan of Crouchy? You must be...
They're all much of a muchness. Honestly, I didn't want to come in here and start talking about football. I'll watch it.
What do you mean you want to come in here and talk? What a thing to say!
Yeah.
Imagine going in and going, hello, welcome to BBC. I didn't want to be here today. Talk about football. I'm fed up. I've got better things to do.
No, but it's something you talk about. I mean, it's ridiculous coming in here talking about it before we've even kicked a ball. Who knows what's going to happen? If there's one thing that's good about it, it's that, isn't it? Not knowing.
Well, that's what I don't understand. I don't understand all this punditry, why we have a 3-hour build-up, then they talk about half-time, then they talk about it for half hour afterwards. I mean, for me, it's like, it's kick-off, who won? They did, 3-1. All right, cheers, let's get on with work.
But also, we like the whinging after. We are, this country loves a moan. They love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Love a good moan. I don't know how we'd be if we won. We'd go, all right, what was he talking about?
Yeah.
See, back in 1966, people weren't as miserable.
No?
Okay, hang on, I'd like to hear this theory extrapolated.
Well, they weren't, were they? People were, the war had happened, like, not that long ago.
Right.
People getting on with it, 66, everyone's smart, you dressed up if you went out, they weren't on as much money.
The
Footballers. it was just a game of football. Whereas now, it's like all this build-up going on. Just get on with it. I'm sick of it, honestly, I'm sick and tired of hearing about it.
I'm with you. I do think it's ridiculous that there's a match and the programme before, it's like 2 hours before it and then an hour afterwards.
Well, that's just a shameless attempt to keep people... I mean, let's be honest, you and I have been guilty of being involved with that, haven't we? We've done various little skits and sketches in the past.
But that's fun. I mean, we do that for us, not for them.
Yeah.
I don't care whether people like it or not. I did it because it was fun. I dressed up you and a dwarf. The day doesn't get better than that.
Well, I was in a pub watching that year, and I'd forgotten that we'd done that, or at least that it was going to be shown that day. So I'm in this pub, it's rammed, obviously, and that comes on, it's on the big screen, and suddenly that's that sketch, right? A couple of things for me. One, no one was paying attention. I was furious. I was thinking there's a couple of good-looking birds there. Look, at least look at those. Me in the sketch with Ricky Gervais and Warwick Davis. I'm playing Crouchy. No one, not paying attention. The few that were, not amused at all. Could not get... My mother, of course, famously said that's the funniest thing you've ever done, which means not talking about 20 minutes. No one in the pub seemed interested. And then a few people looked round, looked at me, looked at the screen, sort of shrugged, carried on going. Nothing. But also kind of, it is embarrassing, that situation.
I was on a flight, internal flight in America, and on the internal flights, you don't get individual screens. They give you individual players, but there's also screens all down the aisle for people. Right, but Ghost Town was on. Ooh. Looked over, someone watching extras, and I had to make sure that at no point did I glance up at the screen like he's watching himself, and make sure I flicked over whenever it came up The Office or extras.
Yeah, if I'm on the tube and I'm flipping through the paper, sometimes there'll be an interview with you that I'm not aware is going to be in the paper, and I have to flip on by because I don't want to bloke on the tube going, reading about your mate, are you? Don't get enough of him, do you? You read it, you know what I mean?
Carl,
Have you been recognised? Do you ever get recognised much?
Yeah, now and again, but I haven't done anything of any worth. However, it's almost like recognising a neighbour or something, because they sort of go, oh, it's him, and then the other one might go, what's he do? Oh, I don't know. It's not like I've done something
Right, of any worth?
yet.
Yeah.
None of us have done anything of any worth. It's all relative to the entertainment industry. You know, whatever you think of The Office, you know, I'm very proud of it, but I haven't secured a bunker in enemy territory. I haven't given a kidney away. Do you know what I mean? It's all relative. It's just, did you entertain anyone? Did you, bring a smile to someone's face? Was it a laugh? I think you're forgetting all those emails I pass on to you for those people that have had traumas in their lives. You know, the earthquake victim. There's people that have lost relatives or had, terrible life-threatening diseases, and they say the podcast got them through. Doesn't that warm the cockles of your heart?
Well, normally it's gone straight to you, hasn't it? And you just forwarded me on, so it's almost like spam to me. It doesn't feel as special, because it's like, here you go, look at this,
Unbelievable. I've got the new iPad. I've had it for a few months, actually. It got sent to me by the inventor. That's who you're dealing with there, Steve.
Bloody hell.
You got it, aren't
Still
you?
getting free shit.
My favourite app on this is that you just type in what you wanted to say and it says it.
Carl has got a head like a fucking orange. The cunt.
That's good, that.
It's almost certainly what it was designed for.
I haven't seen that on the advert.
Has got a head like a fucking orange. The cunt.
That's great. She sounds like a Radio 4 news announcer.
So what is that for?
For doing that?
Carl has got a head like a fucking orange. The cunt.
Yeah.
Did I mention his round head?
Good. Right then, so,
I think I first became really excited by the World Cup that famous year when Maradona did the handball. Do you remember what was that, 1986?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so exciting. Because obviously he'd been so brilliant in that tournament. And then he did cheat, as we all know.
Yeah.
What do you make of that? Do you remember that moment, Carl?
Well,
that was really formative for
I know
me.
what I made of it.
The cunt.
I don't know, isn't cheating part of all games now?
Hang on, here we go. This is controversial. There's a lot of young people who look up to Carl as a role model.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the world we live in now, isn't it? It's get what you can, how you can.
But what's your feeling? Are you the sort of person, I mean, have you ever cheated in a game? Are you that sort of person?
I just think my dad does it a lot.
What, in board games and that?
Yeah, just cards, you know, Monopoly.
How does he cheat at Monopoly?
Just nicks a lot of the money.
Oh, just straightforward next to money. I hadn't thought of that. I love that.
But how do you not notice him doing it? He
Because
doesn't.
I'm busy looking at, you know, what properties I've invested in and stuff. And the money's just there, isn't it?
See, I don't see the point of cheating.
No, I
at
don't. I
Monopoly.
say that to him. I'm saying, you're kidding yourself. You're kidding yourself. But to him, he's broke the system, hasn't he? He's got round the rules. What do you mean I can only have that much? Who says I can? Bosh. Get some more money, buy some more hotels. And in a way, that's life, innit? All people with loads of money now, you kind of go, have they made that honestly?
Right.
You know, I pass big houses in London and I think gangsters, gotta be gangsters to have a house like that.
Yeah.
There's no way a normal job, someone who's... Because I know, I'm trying to make money. And I know how hard it is to make money. Because the more money you make, the more hands are out there, taking little bits. So how the hell has this man bought this house? It's got to be a crook. And
So
that's
you yourself cheat? Would you consider yourself a cheater? Are you honourable?
in games.
Well, just generally, do you cheat on anything?
No, do you know what? The other week, I'd had a cup of tea and some fish and chips at this pub, and they only took for one. And I went back the next day and said, oh, you didn't charge me for my fish and chips.
What a fucking moron.
I paid. No, I didn't tell her about the tea, though.
Got a free tea.
The free tea, yeah. I just thought, well, you know, it's pretty good that I've gone back to pay for that. How much is a tea bag? The water's free.
Yeah.
I'll have that for free. So that, again, that's just me. It's like the Mars bar and the paper round. It's me going, well, I've been good. The fish would have cost money. Potatoes are pretty cheap, but I'll pay for it. But for my goodness, as a little gift, have a free cup of tea.
But who's giving you the right to make that decision?
That's me, That's me. I'm deciding there. I'm in charge. I didn't have to go in there. Didn't have to go back and pay. I went back and paid. Tell you what, Carl, treat yourself. How's that? Have the cup of tea. All right, I will do. There's the fish and chips. If she was good at her job, she'd have remembered. I thought she would have done. In a way, I know even that she didn't go, oh yeah, so you did, well done, thank you very much for coming back.
Right.
She just was like, did you?
Not
She
enough
looked at me.
gratitude. I know what you mean.
She looked at me like we didn't even know.
Yeah.
I was worrying about a staff member
Getting
sort of
files
getting
in.
done
Yeah.
or having to pay for it.
I know where you're coming at there.
One of my first disappointments with football, I was 10 years old, okay, and one of the teachers was in charge of the football team, my junior school, and I went down to Tatty's. It was a shop in Reading with my mum. So it's white socks, black shorts, white shirt. Knocked on his door. I said, I've got my kit. He went with the trouser yesterday. You missed it. That was it for a year. Right? Next year, when the trials, got the trials, okay? He was going, well, I want to give it 100%, right? Really try hard. He's watching people play, right? I made sure that every time I ran by him, I was out of breath. Every time I ran by him, he sort of looked at me, I think, yeah, right. Came to it, he said, the team is this, I'm left out, right? He went past me, and he went, you've clearly got asthma.
So you didn't make that team either?
Yeah, and I didn't, and I vowed that day, never try hard at anything.
Yeah, well, you surely kept that up.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that, Carl?
Do you play sport at school?
A little bit, but it was never taken seriously at school anyway. It was, I think the PE teacher was a geography teacher as well. So it's like, what does he know? It was all that. Basically, he put some tracksuit pants on that were always too tight for him. He'd see everything.
What were you looking at?
Because you couldn't help it. It was in the days when clothing was tight as it is, and then it was like lycra tracky bottoms.
Oh, right.
And everyone used to say, look, I stay at home. But
like he's stealing sausages from...
It was ridiculous, ridiculous. So he didn't know what he was doing anyway. If anything, it was dangerous, because he didn't know what was the capability of a 10-year-old kid's body. Right. He put you through loads of stuff.
Right.
He didn't like me anyway, because he wasn't that good. If you're not that good, teachers don't like you.
I thought you'd be pretty good.
I wasn't interested. That's the thing. I did relay, and I got done for swearing. Got whacked on the arse with a baton.
Hold on, why were you swearing in relay? When did that come into it? When did you need to swear in relay? You're running around, aren't they?
Because the lads didn't slow down, so I couldn't pass it on. So I sort of said, fucking slow down. And then he heard me, and then went mental at me. But yeah, so it was never... I mean, Darren Campbell, the athlete, I told you, didn't I, that I was involved in his training.
No. Didn't know about this.
Yeah, Darren Campbell, I think he won a gold medal.
Didn't he used to push you around in a bath or something?
It's not last of the summer wife. It was in the go-kart.
Right.
And it was a motorised go-kart, and you had to like pick it up at the back, run with it at speed, and then drop the wheels down and the engine kicked in.
But hold on though, that means you always needed two people to get you going on a go-kart?
No, one. He did it.
Well, where were you?
Sat in it.
Well then you didn't need two then to get it going.
What are you on about? I was sat in it,
yeah.
He picks it up, runs with it,
yeah.
Drops it down, wheels start, engine starts, off I go.
But what would you have done without him?
Well, I couldn't have done it.
So you do need two people then for this motor
Well, one person. I'm sat in it.
Yeah, but counting you, it's two people needed.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Jesus
Well, what's so bad about that?
Well, how can you have a play with yourself then? And you go,
Sorry, this was part of his official Olympic training.
No, but I just feel like that was part of his early training, which is the important bit in any, job or...
Well, no, we should explain, people don't know, he was the bloke who used to push the bobsleigh in the Winter Olympics, wasn't he, for the England team?
No, he was a runner.
Well, how was that part of his training then, pushing the fucking go-kart?
What was he doing?
Because he's running.
But he's running about a yard.
No, sometimes more than that, quite a lot. And it's just, God, what do you want? It's Darren Campbell pushing the go-kart.
You seem to be taking half the credit for his gold medal. All you've done is sat on your arse, you lazy twat.
I just kind of think he was at the age where it's important. He could have made a decision not to go into it at that point. And I think he was never keen to get in the go-kart.
Yeah.
He was always keen to push it. And I used to let him. Now, if I said, no, I don't want you pushing the go-kart, who knows? I'm just saying I was there at the start.
Doing nothing. Providing nothing.
Sitting on your arse.
Sitting around. Letting someone else
all right,
do.
what athletes have you helped?
Well, I didn't know this was let's do a podcast about athletes we've helped.
You've not helped him, Carl.
I'd have come prepared.
I bet if he ever did a book, an autobiography, he'd go, the early years, Darren Campbell.
No, I want to know if he has done an autobiography, because we're going to be looking this up.
I remember the training.
I'm making a note of that for the next time we do anything.
Round at Pilkington's.
Darren Campbell.
Pushing a go-kart.
Pushing... Bald.
You weren't bald then, were you?
No.
Had lovely little hair of Chinaman.
Orangey
very good
twat in crap, cheap
Wasn't.
go-kart.
120 quid it was. You know how many paper rounds that is?
What I like when you're watching football on the television is if it goes to a close-up of a footballer, it's just kick the ball out, missed the goal, it's gone for a free kick or whatever, if you stay on any footballer for more than 10 seconds, they will either swear or gob.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's a fact.
Oh, yeah. I've never needed to gob that much. I don't care how knackered I am, I'm never gobbing like that.
It's weird though. The other week, I just sat in the garden, slavering, just to see if it would ever run out. And it's amazing. I don't know where it all comes from.
What is the strangest case? That's amazing.
Just to see if it would run out.
So now he's got to the point in his life where, as a hobby or a pastime, or just to count down the minutes before he dies, he sat in the garden
creating sputum,
slavering to see if he'd ever run out. I mean, that's amazing.
Where does it all come from?
Well, you create it, don't you?
But from what? I'm always getting done for not drinking enough water.
Salivary glands.
But it's amazing. Honestly, I just sat like that with my head forward and just let it drip.
Wow. So Suzanne comes into the garden and all she sees is her boyfriend sat like something from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, like someone had been battered around the head with a cricket bat.
No, she was
Did you answer back to a dictator?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Battered me.
But you got a trench up your arse as well.
Yeah, that makes me slather.
No, just sat there.
What a fucking
That's extraordinary.
What a div you are.
And I just had my head there and it continuously... I think I got bored of it before it stopped.
Oh, God! I have never heard anything like this! Oh, God, I need a second opinion. It's unbelievable! He just sat there with his head down, slavering, letting it just...
That's extraordinary.
You weren't even sort of like gobbing, you were just
letting it sort of drop.
So
You've got nothing else going on in your life that you've got time to do this.
So your brain wasn't even engaged?
How long were you there for?
I tell you what, no joking, probably a good 15 minutes.
15 minutes of sitting with his head forward,
Amazing.
letting him salivate onto the grass.
But do you reckon you could do that amount?
I would
Well,
never
we
do
never
it.
tried.
Never
Never
do it.
tried.
I've
Never
never
tried.
had that amount of time.
I tell you now, you will never see either of us sat there for no reason in the garden with our head forward and our mouth open, seeing how long we can create saliva.
Unless I've just come out of a coma.
Yeah, or a gas attack.
Yeah.
No, I have a lot of... I'm sort of Goz Unlimited.
That's a great new dance duo. And please welcome to the stage, it's Goz Unlimited. Amazing. Didn't you have a little bit of problem in trying?
Well, other people were working whilst he was having a lunch break under the tree. So in a way, it's like he didn't deserve to have that success story.
Again, forget the apple and the tree and whether he was sitting down having a lunch break. It's totally irrelevant.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is there's certain things that will just happen. You know, it's like, I think we were talking, when we were out eating the other week, we were talking about Noel Gallagher.
Well, this is the reason the monkey discussion came up, right? Noel Gallagher...
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Rick, I don't want to misquote
I'm
Noel.
like Herbert Lom in Clouseau. I'm going to get a twitch whenever he opens his mouth. I don't know where to start with some of his statements.
Well, as I say, this discussion began because we were talking about a quote that Noel Gallagher supposedly gave. Now, I don't want to misquote Gallagher, but the gist of it was that he said, had I written Wonderwall or whatever, instead of the Beatles writing Strawberry Fields or whatever, I'd be the one that was considered the great songwriter and it wouldn't be the Beatles. You know, it's just the fact that they came first that meant that they get all the credit as being the greatest band.
I don't know where to start with that statement.
I mean, that's Gallagher's thing, and he's, you know, well, whatever. We know what we think of that. What was your point, Carl? You agreed with him, didn't you?
Yeah, I reckon, right? Do you know we've talked about putting a baby in a room before and you don't know what colour it is and stuff? If you've got a room that's painted red, right? But forget that, because that's going to confuse you.
Hear him out.
Listen to me. Say if they did some new TV show, right? Like, what's that film with Jim Carrey in where
The Truman Show.
The Truman Show, right? So they make up a little room and some woman has some kids and you say, right, let's put the kids in this room, and they don't know what's going on outside. They don't know anything about like EastEnders and that. It's like their little world, right? They don't know anything that's gone on.
How could a child survive without EastEnders?
Right, listen. So you sat in the room, right, and then when they're all asleep, right,
Wait for this bit.
someone.
Have you heard this?
Yeah, wait for this bit. They're all in a room.
Yeah.
They're asleep.
someone pops in, puts a guitar next to the bed, right? Nips off out again. They wake up in the morning, and one of them goes, "What's this?" They don't even know it's a guitar because they've never seen one, right?
They're talking English though.
Yeah.
We just left guitar out of the vocabulary.
Right. So
There's plenty more to come.
one of them will pick it up and they'll go, "I don't know what it is," and they'll start strumming. They'll go, "That sounds good, doesn't it?" Give them a few weeks, they could come up with "Hey Jude." Whereas, type in Shakespeare, a monkey that can't even spell,
I see that.
you can't answer. Can't
I
answer.
might come with you if that's all right. Does that seem...
We've got sort of that Christmas special as well.
Yeah, no, sure.
Alright, I'll see you later.
I'm chewing off it as well.
Cheers, pal. Flaming Lips. Yoshimi battles the pink robots on XFM 104.9.
Before the ad break, Steve Miller Band, Fly Like an Eagle.
Great track.
Lovely to hear that.
Brilliant track. We're not scared of playing that sort of stuff, are we?
Indeed.
We've got some great bit. I think we're underestimated here. People think we're just like, two guys and a buffoon in a room. But we're so much more than that. We try and put together a whole package for them, don't we? For their Saturday afternoon listening pleasure.
If there was an infinite number of us three in an infinite number of studios, broadcasting for an infinite number of shows, would we ever do anything half decent?
Yeah, we eventually...
Would we ultimately come up with something quite good?
What was that email that you were laughing at?
I can't, it's too rude.
What does it say?
It's too nasty.
Oh, go on, give me the gist of it.
The gist of it was that it would mean that if there was that infinite number of monkeys, eventually, besides the fact that they would type the complete words of Shakespeare, they would also type the sentence, "Karl Pilkington is a genius." But the email also said it would also type, "Ricky Gervais is a..." I can't say the word, but...
I know.
Yeah.
But the number of times they type it and write, Karl Pilkington is a genius and Ricky Gervais is a cund.
Exactly. Yeah, that would be there a lot.
Yeah.
Before we carry on with anything, I should just tell you, we're on the subject of emails. There's one emailer we're always looking forward to hearing from.
Dickers!
Richie Anderson!
Dicky Docky Doo!
Richard Anderson, thanks for emailing.
He's my biggest fan.
He's
now.
one of the biggest
he
fans.
He absolutely loves me.
But not afraid to offer some constructive criticism.
Go on,
That's
what's
the
he
great
said?
thing about Dickie. And from Anders this week he says, "Ricky, I'm lazy, I talk nonsense, I'm badly organised and I believe in ghosts. Can I have a job working on your show?" Possibly, Anders. Maybe send in a CV or email a CV.
He's put a little bit of all of us in that, hasn't he? Oh, I'll ask you if he's a goggle-eyed freak, Steve.
All right, calm down.
Well, no, I didn't mean...
there's no need to get insulted.
No, I didn't necessarily mean you, did I? Well...
I was thinking about that, actually, Steve.
Oh, God.
Just talking of the old...
What?
What?
Talking of the what?
No. Do you know, like...
This better be good.
No, you don't have that many girlfriends. And
What do you mean?
Carl, why are we on this? I was defending you in the whole monkey discussion. Come on, what's your point? What's your point? What's your point?
No, what's the point? What's the point?
I just was thinking...
If there was an infinite number of Steves?
You're an odd-looking fella.
Come on, Carl, get to the...
No, you know I know that. I've told you that loads of times.
What do you mean, you know I know that?
Well, there's no point pretending anymore.
Steve, I'm flabbergasted.
But also, you don't like spending money, right?
He's mean and weird looking.
Valentine's Day. Are you sort of,
You've got to love him now, haven't you?
What are you happier with? The fact that no girls like you enough, right?
This is really mental.
Or are you happy because you don't have to spend any money on a car for someone?
A little from column A, a little from column B.
Right, let's have more monkey news. What have we got?
No, we've got
so much to get into this show. Insults,
We don't
stupidity.
need the insults. I think we've got enough. We don't need the insults.
Yeah, there's no more insults. No more
What
insults.
angers me with Carl is he's been planning that.
No, I haven't. I was thinking about it on the way in because Valentine's Day is coming up and I'm not a big fan of it. Right?
Condoms?
You bought your girlfriend a box of condoms for Christmas. I don't think you can have a go at me. To be fair.
No, but I don't just treat her on Valentine's. I'm always... Do you know what I mean?
You don't even treat her on Valentine's. You don't even treat her at Christmas or on her birthday. When do you treat her?
Hang on a minute. Wait a cotton picking minute there. Why I order. What? Wait a minute. What was that? Tiffany dog.
I treat your girlfriend better than you, and I've only met her twice.
I took her out last night and she enjoyed herself.
Where'd you go?
Until she had to write the check.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
To a chippy. A really...
It's a chippy.
No, a really quality one.
Right.
Oh, God!
Under a fiver for 2.
Oh, nice wrapping. Not newspaper, it's greaseproof paper.
And bread.
And bread. Ash, and sometimes on XFM 104.9, I'm activated with me, Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. We've got so much to get through. Alright. London's shit, isn't it? Sorry, shouldn't swear on air, my studio.
Never swear on an on-air studio.
Yeah. Apologies. Not really swearing, is it? I'll tell you what swearing is. Yeah, Graduate. You're going to play that again and give a winner. Give a winner.
Well, let's hear it. So it's Karl Pilkington featuring in The Graduate.
Yeah.
Well,
Here you go then. So, you ready for it? I've brought some condoms from home that Suzanne got for Christmas.
Benjamin,
What?
will you bring me a hanger?
A what?
A hanger.
Tell you what, I've got wood.
What?
Just saying, I've got wood. I've got metal ones as well. What sort do you want?
Either one will be fine.
All right. There you go.
Are you afraid of me?
No. No, I've seen weirder things than you. Have I ever told you about the two lads I went to school with who had big heads? Webbed fingers as well. Not related, and weren't mates, but both had the same thing, which is a bit weird. I never found out what was wrong with them.
Can I ask you a personal question?
As long as it's not about my head being round, because Ricky's always going on about that. He's saying I've got a round head.
Well, you can admit that, can't you?
No, I'd say it's a normal sort of shape. It's just round.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, but what do you mean? So is yours. Heads should be round.
It's nothing to be ashamed
I'm
of.
not ashamed. It's just a normal shape.
Mm-hmm.
And you can talk. Look at your saggy arse. Anyway, get your knickers off.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh, dear.
A classic, an Oscar-winning classic.
Oh, Karl Pilkington. In The Graduate. What was the question, Steve?
The question was, which actor was Karl Pilkington taking the role of?
Well, that's easy.
Which
Everyone knows
actress
that.
was he performing opposite?
I know that.
And the answer is Ricky.
Hoffman. And Bancroft.
Anne Bancroft, Dustin Hoffman, and the $6.99 VHS cassette is going to Laura Gomez because she says that she'd be happy with the VHS, not the DVD. So best of luck to her. I hope she enjoys that.
All right.
Yeah.
What we do next week?
I've got loads of.
I quite like hearing Karl in a sort of seductive environment. It gives you another insight into it. It gives you another dimension.
I know. E.T. it is then.
Maybe next
Yeah. Let's try and master the art of talking civilly to each other first before we start making it rhyme.
Rockbusters, Karl?
Yeah.
I'm not a champion of Rockbusters, as you know, but I think it's overstayed its welcome. But
I think Karl's just giving the fans what they want here.
Okay.
It's a popular thing, isn't it?
Got some good prizes.
The pressure behind it.
Let me tell you what the prizes are. It's a dance music compilation, Cream Trance Anthems 2003. We play a lot of trance on this station.
I put that on quite a lot and danced to it myself.
There's the original motion picture soundtrack to the forthcoming film adaptation. When you've seen the film, I'm sure that will mean more to you.
You like that, don't you?
It's a good movie, yeah. Nicolas Cage playing himself and a twin brother. And it's written by it's directed by Spike Jonze.
Joined at the what?
No, they're not joined at the hip. It's all at the face. And we've also got the best one-hit wonders album in the world ever. What have we got on there? We've got things like The Crazy World of Arthur Brown, brilliant.
Nana, 99 Red Balloons.
The Rembrandt. In fact, it kicks off with Nana.
Sure.
That's followed up by I'll Be There For You, the theme from Friends by the Rembrandts.
Yeah.
And of course, Breakfast at Tiffany's by Deep Blue Something.
Brilliant. Deep Blue Something. Is that the worst name ever?
I think it possibly is.
No, Sixpence and None the Richer.
Sixpence None the Richer.
That's a pretty bad name.
Okay, again, I know we've got a lot of chill out fans who listen to us, so the best chill out album ever.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, of course, all these prizes collated by Karl from, I guess, people's drawers.
Yeah, look in the drawer.
Oh, dearie me.
What is it?
The only thing probably worth having is I mean, it's topical, if nothing else, Karl. A 7-inch by the White Stripes. Merry Christmas from the White Stripes. That was their exclusive
Brilliant.
Christmas single. So
that's early, isn't it? You get that.
It is worth
A lot of people have got to wait 11 months before that's released. Or was it last Christmas's?
Exactly. And I have never heard of this DVD.
Go on.
I like to think of myself as being fairly familiar with TV and films, but I have never heard of Stephen King's Rose Red. Welcome
On
to
DVD.
a place evil calls home. And it's on DVD, it's certificate 12, so don't imagine anything too shocking. And it looks appalling. Is Rose Red Mansion truly haunted? To find out, Professor...
Okay, we've got the gist of it. They're not very good prizes. They're cobbled together, but if you've got nothing better to do, call in if you know the answers to these clues. It's Rockbusters.
Let's not let them call in, Rick.
I'll
Please don't
give
let
you-
those people call in.
I give you some,
Call in. It's email only. Carl, don't interrupt me.
just
Yeah. Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Email only. I can't stress that enough.
We just don't want to speak to you people.
Right, come on.
right. So I give some initials out and a cryptic clue, and it makes up the answer on that.
Well, sometimes it does, yeah. Go on.
There's two of them. There's a new aspect which I'll explain about in a minute. So the first one is cryptic clue is, well, if he would have been wearing an helmet, it would have been all right. And the initial there is B, right? So, well, if he would have been wearing an helmet, it would have been all right. B, right? Band or an artist. Second one, why are them Jamaican fellas swinging fish around their head?
Okay.
All right.
This
Initials
fills me with...
DS. Why are them Jamaican men swinging fish around their head? All right. And the final bit to Rockbusters. It's a new bit. Last week I played you this.
It's great, it goes along with it.
That's someone beating up a dog. That was Smack My Bitch Up, right? So here's some sound effects and that, and they make up a song.
I could listen to him talk
Hang
all
on,
day.
let's have a listen to the effects.
That's terrifying.
Right, I told you not to play that one, it's rubbish. No one will get that.
Well, we'll see.
I heard that, I can't always say one thing, I said it's rubbish, no one will get it.
No, it's not the one you think it is. Right. So email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk and when that's
I'm a little bit confused. I'm here. I've heard what you're saying. We've discussed this in the past. I don't know what's happening.
What's that? Is that a clue? That's a cryptic clue, that screaming to a song, is
It
it?
was screaming.
Well, don't say it.
So
It
that's-
should stand up by itself. Don't give them any clue.
Hang on a sec. So this is the name of a song. It's not a band or an artist.
Yeah,
the sound
that's-
effect.
So the first two are bands or artists, and the last one is the name of the song.
I said we should abandon this. I said we should just pack it in.
What, the show?
Yes. Come on, someone talk.
I'm looking at his face, his headphones are too loud. Instead of turning them down, he's just grimacing, going, these are too loud. I don't understand it. Yeah, how have you lived this long? How did you make it to 30 without getting squashed or eating something deadly poisonous?
I told you, I used to choke a lot.
We've had an email from.
Placebo, the bitter end.
We've had an email from Andrew Forrest, who has just simply entitled it Karl Pilkington. Oh, Karl Pilkington.
What do you think of that?
That's got to be your new name from now on.
I had a mate who used to use it.
What,
used to call you
Was that your nickname at school, Pilkington?
No, it's not my nickname.
It is now.
No, it's not.
It is now.
Pilkington.
Pilkington.
Oi, Pilkington.
Oi, Pilkington.
Pilkington, do my
Oi,
homework.
where do you
Actually,
live? Where do you come from? Pilkington?
No, there's this lad who called Mark, right, who I used to go to school with, who used to call me that. And his mum, right, was like obsessed with cleaning. And I was never allowed in their flat.
He makes the place look untidy.
So she used to, I don't know if it was just me or all his mates, but I used to turn up and she goes, yeah, he is in, but you know what you've got to do? And I used to have to go round the side of his flat, and he had a computer, right, which he used to play. I didn't have one at that point, but he had one. And I used to have to go round the side of the flat and stand at his bedroom window with his window open, and I'd be sort of leaning in playing the game.
You are joking. You have the weirdest upbringing I've ever heard. The things you were willing to do is the strangest. What is this town like?
No, stop going.
Was there always music? Like, there's the horse in the house there. Oh, look at these two kids with big heads and web feet. All right, Ronnie. All right, Reggie. What was it like?
She was
It
obsessed.
is like you've grown up in a cartoon made for children.
Yeah.
No, his mum was really obsessed with cleaning.
Can I play it through his window?
I used to...
Mrs. Ramsbottom, can I play it through Mark's window? Aye, you know what you have to do.
She used to be up to that.
Is that Pilkington again?
Have
Have you washed your hands?
What up till 3 in the morning?
She
Washing.
used to be up doing the tiles in the kitchen.
Washing until 3 in the morning?
At 3 in the morning. And for ages and ages, that's saying that out on the tiles, I used to think that came from, like, his mum, because she was out, like, cleaning them late. So, until I was about 13, I thought that saying, out late, on the tiles,
Yeah.
was...
And now you're not confused by anything. There's no misunderstandings in your life now, is there?
So was he allowed to walk in and out of the house, was
No,
he?
he was all right, and he used to come round to ours a lot, and my mum used to get these pies from Hagenbach's, right? So
I don't know what that is.
it's at that bakery where they used to chuck the cakes out the back.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
tell you about.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he
and
used
you
to
had
go
six.
round.
You had six.
He loved it, but I could never go round to theirs, or if I did, it was like, well, yeah, he is in, and I'd go, all right, and then I'd walk round the side of the flat, stand outside,
Why did you ever knock at the door? Why did you just go around and knock on the window?
just check he's in, because he wasn't always in his room.
You
If
say
he
it was
in
a-
the lounge, he'd have to go to his bedroom, and then that's
You
where
say
To
he'd
meet
be.
you. This is the strangest. And you'd play a computer game through the window.
You say it was a flat. It wasn't like a fifth story one, and you had to get in one of those kind of cleaning contraptions and like winch your way up.
I love the idea of that. Oh, Pilkington.
So,
Right, we're done. What, have you got me any chimpanzee that?
We've
Or
got monkey news still to cram in the next... Like,
Let's do monkey news now. I need some monkey
no,
news.
I think we've done enough here, right?
What do you mean? I think we've done enough here.
We'll play a little song, yeah?
What? Play the verb.
Eh?
Go on. He's getting all stressed because I screamed.
Sparky Stream Teenage Fan Club. I tell you, I'm sick of the screaming, Rick. I'm sick of that. I mean, no wonder Carl hates you, and that is the word I don't use often, but he does, and I've spoken to him in the past, and he loathes you.
Monkey news.
Give us one of the screams so the audience gets a taste of it. I'm taking my headphones off.
No, I'm not going to scream.
Go on, let's see what they
Right,
That
come
was
on.
what you were doing.
Was it worse than that?
Yes!
Right, come on, monkey news.
It's not called monkey news. It's not called monkey news.
Chimpanzee, we're not going to pack all the monkey stuff in. We've got a quarter of an hour. What other show can say that? We're not going to pack in all the monkey news.
We've got 15 minutes, but we can't get all the monkey information.
Right, come on.
You're going to love this one,
Go on.
Let's have the jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee that!
right? I don't know how recent this was,
Oh, God. 17th century?
but it happened in Hackney, right? If you're outside London, that's in a place in London. And it's this monkey that's going about Hackney, nicking DVDs.
Even the monkey didn't go for videos. Even the monkey knew, well, videos, no point getting on VHS.
The grudge on VHS.
You're having a... Throw it back.
Right, and there's a girl called Lisa who works in our office here, right, and I mentioned it to her because she lives in Hackney. I said, you familiar with this? And she said, oh, I remember something about it, which annoyed me. The fact that a monkey's running riot, but she didn't know the full story, and she lives there.
What do you mean a monkey? Do you mean a chimpanzee? Or a monkey?
I don't know, is there a zoo in Hackney? Is there a zoo there? I don't know what so it was, but it was like...
Is there a zoo in Hackney?
I don't know, that's what I was asking.
Right, get on with the story.
So anyway, it's been robbing stuff, and the other bit that really puzzled me, right, is the fact that
And you're not easily puzzled by monkey news?
They took fingerprints. What do you think about that?
Well, they took fingerprints, presumably because they didn't know it was a monkey to start with.
No, they did. They saw it, nicking stuff, and they said, get fingerprints. So that means there's more than just one doing it.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
He had to fax them to Interpol.
Yeah. We know that is. Yeah. It's Brian the monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I don't understand. He was stealing DVDs, specifically DVDs.
DVDs, I think it said watches and stuff.
What, breaking into homes?
Yeah, in Hackney. Maybe.
Are you sure it wasn't a kid with a mask on?
No, seriously.
How is he breaking into homes?
They're good,
Up
aren't
the
they?
drain pipe. They're good, aren't they? They're good, aren't they?
But how would they do
So
that?
is that the news?
Well, that's how much do you want
Is that monkey news?
for this week?
Well, I don't know that it's true. Again, I've got
There
nothing to...
was other stuff. There was another story that I found about a monkey, but I would like to know from someone in Hackney if... Do you know what I mean? And I missed that one on Crime Watch, which would have been good. Right? But there was another story about one that kept getting on buses, not paying its fare, and just sat in the corner reading the paper.
Reading the paper, Carl. You're an idiot.
But that wasn't in London.
You're an idiot.
That was in America.
It wouldn't read the paper. Why would it read the paper?
Because it was its way of sort of going, oh, well, if I'm reading something, maybe the inspector...
The inspector will notice my hairy hands.
Oh, Carl, you're such a fool!
Well...
Pilkington. Karl
Carl, I've just had
Pilkington.
a news flash that an infinite number of monkeys in Hackney and an infinite number of typewriters.
Yeah.
We don't know what for. At this stage, we've got no more information.
And they've taken back an infinite amount of graduate on video. This is rubbish. Supergrass, seen the light. I just think of people sort of other Saturday going, you coming shopping? I go, I can't, I'm listening to XFM, there might be some monkey news. And they waited 2 hours for that. What sort of a show has a feature called Monkey News?
Well, I have to say, the monkey story has been corroborated.
Which one?
Well, this one, it says, police in Britain this week are on the lookout for a very different kind of burglar. A chimpanzee who has been sighted breaking into a house in Hackney, stealing a mobile phone and leaving. The chimp is also the prime suspect in a break and entry in a nearby house where part of a radio was taken. One policeman stated that it might have been trained to steal, but a monkey's not going to think, that's a mobile phone, I'll just have that.
Look at Carl's face.
Yeah. Fact. That's fact.
So, Rockbusters then.
Yeah.
Get these out of the way, we're running out of time now.
I have to say now that we've had no answers that have attempted even to guess all three.
Right, you see, that's because you're an idiot. Right, okay, right, do the questions and the answers, and if I think